Welcome back to LandVerse, the channel where we teach our clients how to make a 6- and 7-figure income through scaling a land flipping business. Today I'm going to talk about the thing that's helped me close millions of dollars worth of deals, and that is understanding seller profiles. Now within our company, we have 10 different seller profiles that we've broken down based upon our experience and the deals that we've actually closed. But on this video today, I'm going to break down 2 to you and how to close those people. The first seller profile is Johnny. Johnny wants to know how we found his property and why we're trying to buy a property in Georgia, all the way from California or whatever state you're in. We kindly let him know that we have a nationwide property database and that we consistently buy properties in 40 different states across the country. So we let Johnny know that we're a large company and we consistently buy properties all over the place. So his property is really not that special. The thing that you have to understand is you need to disarm sellers. So regardless of the profile, you need to be able to disarm them, because when they call you, they are armed. When they call you, they're thinking scam. When they call you, they're thinking, who the hell is this? That's what they're thinking. These sellers, when they call you, are very apprehensive. So it's your job to make them comfortable and make them feel like, okay, I can actually trust these people to purchase my property and to sell them my property. Johnny says that his property is worth 20 times more than what we offered and would only sell it for $200,000. We make Johnny aware of the pain points, whether it be landlocked, floodplains, properties difficult to build on. There are several pain points that we make a seller aware of when they're apprehensive and when they're asking for way more money than we can give them. We also try to understand Johnny's reason for calling us in the first place. Now, when a seller calls you, they always have a reason for calling you. Why exactly are you calling me? What is your motivation for selling? That's what I want to figure out, because then I can figure out, are you a person that's going to waste my time, or are you a person that we can actually buy a property from and make a profit in the end? Making a seller understand the pain points of their property, once you actually understand the story behind their property, will allow you to get way more properties under contract. Because if you can understand the story, if you can understand their pain points and the property's pain points, then you're going to be able to buy way more properties and sell way more properties. Now, once we let Johnny hear all the pain points, and Johnny has also told us all of his pain points and the details on the property and the story behind the property, we're going to give Johnny our best and final offer. Please understand that I always have a price on the initial offer that I send out, but that is not always the price that we close under. Sometimes it's $10,000 more, sometimes it's $30,000 more, sometimes it's $30,000 less. It really does depend on the deal, and that's why you have to have these conversations with the sellers, because everything is not just about the data. A lot of it is about actually talking to the sellers and understanding their story. Now, what I would do in this specific situation is help Johnny understand the pain points, and then I will create an offer range. So I go from $70,000 to $90,000. $90,000 is top line, that's my max allowable offer. What I would do is offer Johnny $70,000 to start. Now, once you send Johnny your best and final offer, it can go one of 3 ways. Johnny says yes, and we send him a purchase agreement. He says he'll think about it and he'll talk to his family, his wife, whatever. And lastly, he flat out says no. The last 2 options is where I will exercise my top line and my max allowable offer. Now keep in mind, I said I started at $70,000. So if he says no, immediately what I'm gonna do is go back to 90, because he's gonna feel like he squeezed me. He's gonna feel like he won that negotiation, and he's gonna feel like I really want the property. So if I'm going up $20,000 more from 70, he's gonna feel like he won that negotiation. And you have to understand, especially about a seller like Johnny, you want them to feel like they won. You never want a seller feeling like after negotiations are over that you took something from them or that you won a situation. I always want my sellers to feel like they won. A sign of a great negotiation is to always make the other person feel like they've won. I never want one of my sellers to feel like they got the short end of the stick. This has happened multiple times. Seller profile number 2. Becca is calling on behalf of her mother who owns the land, but is calling us instead because she wants to protect her mother from any potential scams, which is understandable. She may be on the defense with you at first, but it is important to help her understand that we are real and we do perform on qualified properties. We will help Becca feel comfortable by letting her know that everything we do goes through a third-party mutual company, meaning title company or a real estate attorney. And the attorney is for attorney-only states. We let Becca know that we cannot take ownership of a property and the deed cannot transfer until funds are actually wired to them, just legally, including the closing costs. We also let Becca know that there will never be a time where her or her mother is required to pay a penny for anything that's going on related to our transaction. That is something that I live by. I always tell the seller that there will never be a time where we ask for any money for any reason at all, and we will pay for everything. And we always pay for everything. We pay for all the closing costs, surveys, anything associated with the transaction between us and the seller, we pay for. We never ask the seller to pay for anything. Throughout the transaction process, Becca will continue to be apprehensive, will continue to ask us qualifying questions, will continue to call us, hey, what's going on with this deal? It's your job to make sure that Becca feels comfortable and answer her questions. It's your job to say, hey, Becca, if you want, you can also talk to the lead attorney at this company so that you feel comfortable. Becca will call them just to make sure that everything's real, because ultimately Becca wants to do right by her mother. And so you have to understand that and be empathetic towards that. A seller profile like Becca, you just have to make sure that she is comfortable and that her mother is comfortable up until the time that it's time for you to actually close. And if you can do that, you're gonna close this seller profile time and time again. Now I have 8 other seller profiles that I go in detail about in my LandVerse Masterclass. You can find the link for the waitlist below. The LandVerse Masterclass will be releasing in March, so make sure you're signed up for the waitlist. If you want me to talk about more intricacies in the land flipping business, make sure to drop me a comment below. Make sure to follow me on all my social medias and join my Discord for free. Thank you for watching LandVerse, and I'll see you next time.